Hey everybody, welcome to another video. It's Umber Rays doing a WOTV video for the first time in probably a while. I don't even know, I'm not even going to bother checking when the last time I did a WOTV video was, because basically I've been on vacation. I've been on vacation from WOTV for a while. I was not super invested in Valkyrie Profile. I like the game. I do think that Square Enix should do more things with the property, but at the same time, it is not a big draw for me. We are coming up on the 6th anniversary for WOTV, so as is the major news points in this game, I am still going to cover them at least a little bit out of interest for myself, for other people, and that's basically it, because, well, Dissidia doesn't start for a little bit, so gotta do something with my time, besides Silksong. I actually haven't been playing Silksong. Another point, I do need to start doing more streams, and I am thinking about doing just a big Final Fantasy stream tomorrow. So if you're watching this video, you know, you could tune in for that. It's not going to be related to this. But so I'm not going to log into my old account just because if I am going to do that, it will be at anniversary time, getting a bunch of rewards for not logging in for a long period of time, and then maybe try it for the anniversary. But in the meantime, I figured I'd try this, a new file, just for talking about what's basically been the 5th year of WOTV, and the things that have happened, whether or not I think that they are any good, a little bit of a recap of my thoughts of the specific meta and everything for the last year, and then just a little bit of like how things are going recently, and that's essentially going to be what this video is. So let's get into it. Let's not draw this out. Recently I have been keeping an eye on the meta. Obviously I still talk to people in my Discord for what little they actually do talk about it as well. Also the main Discord, I pop in from time to time to see what some people are saying, and then I kind of pop out. That's essentially what I have been up to. And for the 5th to 6th year, it's been interesting to say the least, with the cancellation of Global, that being the biggest thing that has happened this year, as well as just the general scaling back of the game. It does feel like this game has kind of hit usual gacha treadmill. This year in particular, I feel like the entire 5th year of WOTV has been like new characters come out. They are far and away better from older characters, and the period of time that a character can be really good for feels shorter than ever before. And that was kind of the breaking point for me with WOTV, where, I mean, like, I had absolutely atrocious luck this 5th year. Every character that I went for, and any character that I tried for, did not happen unless I basically got the pity. The one exception was Einsteinian from Final Fantasy XIV, which was one that I got one multi-pull before, and that's tough. Like, over 6 or 7 months to have just no luck. Basically, you kind of just want to say, nah, you know what, I'm done with the game. And that turns out to be my good choice, because effectively I have had a lot of time to do a lot of different stuff, such as just upping my programming skills, upping my Japanese skills, and working on my own writing project, which actually I absolutely have had a ton of fun writing. There was a good 2 weeks, but back to WOTV. So yeah, like, I would say that this year was not particularly that great for WOTV in general. I would say that the 5th year was rough, not because of additions. Like, it doesn't even really bother me, the whole idea of like the extension of reincarnations which happen to characters, where basically like they double the amount of reincarnations old characters can do, because it was pretty straightforward that those were not going to ever be good enough to actually get there, and that has turned out to be true. Reincarnated characters, you know, the most part, it's just a thing to do. For older characters, there are like arena events still that really push you to use not just the best things, but it's kind of been hilariously bad. And speaking of hilariously bad, the other thing that was hilariously bad this year was the inclusion of like the FFBE dying off. Like, original FFBE is pretty much dead. I think it has like 1 week left in it. And the thing that they did for like people coming over was essentially, oh, you can get Rain, Laswell, and Fina for free in this game. And it's like, those characters are pretty garbage. But hey, Axstar is financially available to you, potentially. Like, new accounts, I know. You could get enough Vizier to get him anyway. But it's just hilarious. I feel that they're not even trying anymore. Like, more so than ever, it feels coasting with just power scaling that has been incredibly strong to keep people moving towards the newest thing, more so than in previous years. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. And I just wasn't having fun anymore. And so I quit out of it, or an extended vacation, depending on how you want to talk about it. But yeah, the other thing to talk about is the dominant elements this year, because I do feel like, number one, the characters, I did keep up with like the new what's her name? Elisale. Elsirel, that's the one I'm thinking of. The Water Fest version of her, she's quite good. And that goes along with Water Amethyst, which is also very good. That's probably why I was thinking of that name. Like, those two are pretty damn top tier. And that also just happens to work out with the fact that the new version of Little Leela, the ice version of her, which is the one with the big hood. Unfortunately, I can't access them. I can't see them because they're fest units, which sucks. That's never a good feeling of coming to the game. It's like, strongest characters you just can't access. No, we have no clue when they'll be accessible. Okay. But yeah, the big things I would say this year is that the elements that really got a lot of attention, not the weapon types, because that I feel like is guns' big thing, because guns were quite noticeably better this year while Rufus was around from the FF7 event, and then after that it kind of disappeared. But light, with Karsha, with Lennis, with Zack, it was a really good year. And not only that, new Lucio actually got some upgrades that actually made him noteworthy, which is really cool. But Light had a really good year. Water had a really good year. I think Ice also had a good year with Swimsuit Melania and Swimsuit Little Leela, both of them being really high. But if I was to say that the element that had the year of all years, if the 5th year award goes to any specific element, it's wind. Because wind ended up with like the global version of More. And actually, that one we can show off because that's not time limited. A really weird and disturbing universe we live in some days. Look, there she is. And you can see that also if we just look here, hey, there's Oberyn. Yeah, if you were starting a new account on JP tomorrow, I'd say get this character because she is pretty much one of the best. And I mean, you can get a lot of good wind characters pretty quickly starting off a new account. No, I don't want to rate your game. Trust me, you don't want me to rate your game. And no, that is not the Little Leela, the new one. Well, it does have a equally big hood. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically it. I think that I want to say about the 5th year. I don't want to talk about it endlessly because I don't think it's worth talking about endlessly. It was not a great year. It was the year that made me stop playing the game, and not like outraged, angry even. It just felt like why am I playing this? This isn't really fun or enjoyable anymore. And they've made it so that it's just miserable. Like an entire year of bad luck. I feel like would do that with a lot of games. Maybe not so much if I was absolutely having the time of my life with a game. So that's the 5th year. let's talk really quickly about what's new, which is this Halloween Saria. Saria? Yeah. That's gotta be right. I'll show off the animation because it is cool. It is creepy. It is Halloween-y. I do love when we get stuff that is pretty themed like this. I'm not super crazy about this costume on this. Hey, there's a callback. Remember when we got the Valentine's Day one and I wasn't super cool with that? Not really cool with this either. That design is kind of cool. I'd be okay with it on another character. That skirt really does just almost show off the whole uterus. I mean, what's left to the imagine? I told you, there's a little bit of nostalgia for you. I mean, like, I just don't care about this game that much anymore. But, like, in terms of, like, spooky Halloween design, it's a fun design. And given their total abandonment of a lot of type of Halloween characters, or, like, sorry, not Halloween characters. What I meant to say was seasonal characters. It is nice to see them supporting, like, at least one type of season. Like, somebody on the dev team is just really all for getting, like, specifically Halloween units into the game, because otherwise it just seems that way. But yeah, doesn't look like we're gonna get her, but that's and that could have been the title of the video, like, my bad year of gotcha lucky. From what I've seen, she doesn't seem to be insanely powerful. She is very, very good, but she doesn't seem to be pushing the narrative of, like, some of the newer characters out there, the Fest character. She's not a Fest character. She's just one of these seasonal ones for the Halloween season and all of that. And yeah, see, we didn't get it anyway, so whatever. But we do have 1,000 more to waste. Yeah, like, looking at it, like, I'll be curious to see what the 6th anniversary does bring. Not only for collaborations, but just whether or not they'll even try or give a shit about trying to get players back into the game, or if we are just an official coast until this dies off. Neither. I would expect the latter, because they haven't really put much effort at all into making this game enticing anymore. And taking a look at this kind of experience that I had, you know, starting a new account right here, doesn't feel particularly like it's that much improved anyway. So I thought I'd give an update, a little bit of my general thoughts and whatnot, and I'll take a look at what happens at the 6th anniversary, because sure. Anyway, cheers to you guys. Thanks so much for watching, supporting the channel and all of that, even after all these months? Has it been months of me not really doing very much? Thanks. Take care. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Hope to see you on the live stream sometime when I do them. Gonna get better at doing it regularly. Cheers. Later.